Welcome back to the Shankly Sessions, the Liverpool podcast we bring you each and every week on the Dynamo Podcast Network. Head over to YouTube, smash that subscribe and bell notification button. Audio versions show are available through Anchor's mediums, so Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, wherever you pick up audio version show, you will find us. This is your player ratings from Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. What a performance it was. Some unbelievable performances put in on the day, especially on the back of a very tough Champions League game. Klopp again, you unusually rang the changes. He's really playing this rotation thing at the moment. I think so far, I think 21 players so far this season have seen game time, which is absolutely unbelievable and great to see. Let's kick it off. That man at the back between the sticks, Alison Becker. What can we say about this man? He has everything as locker, footwork, hands, confidence, absolutely everything. Pawed away that early effort from Saha, unbelievable. Clutch the deflective Ward drive. He's unbelievable. Shutting down everything at the back, coming in like a sweeper. Always alert to everything going on, but also his distribution is top notch in terms of playing balls out and those passes that he slings out to the likes of Mo Salah and all. Absolutely exceptional. Must be a joy as a defender to know that you have a guy like that behind you doing the business. We gave him a 9. Exceptional from the big man at the back. Let's move on. A man that we all revere, James Milner. What a boy, turning back the clock. Called into action late, obviously, with Trent getting unwell kind of around lunchtime. They made a call on it. Milner thrust into action. What a game this man had. Just puts in the mileage every single game, turning back the clock. Unbelievable performance from the man. Always harassing, always pushing forward, always putting a bit of bite in the tackle. Absolutely unbelievable performance from Jimmy Milner. Well deserved Ribena after that match, I would imagine. We gave Jimmy a 7, but I think we give him an 8. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know how he escaped a booking. I think every time he fouls someone, he has this cheeky little smile about him at the ref and he just toddles off. But he just seems to get away with it. He just continually fouls guys, but generally doesn't get booked, or else he gets booked real early and doesn't end up getting a sending off. But absolutely brilliant from him. He's an absolute character and fantastic on the day. Abraham Akanath came on, gave him a 7. Obviously, a little bit of nerves in the beginning. His first game at Anfield with the crowd, big game, high expectations. He now knows he's been around the club now long enough to know what the expectation is from this fan base and this club in terms of success and stuff like that. But unbelievable strength that he showed against Benteke on a number of Answer hat on a number of occasions was unbelievable. Grew into the game in the second half and looked like he'd been there for a long, long time. Understandable to have a bit of nerves in the beginning. Gave him a 7. Absolutely fantastic. Up next, the big man, Virgil Van Dyke, back into the side. Gave him a 7. Busier than usual against Benteke, but like unbelievable composure. This guy, he's just so laid back and calm in that position, and he just brings a calmness across the whole defense. It just pitters through every single one of them. No panic, no chaos. Just takes everything in stride. Give him a 7. Absolutely great. Wasn't really troubled in the game whatsoever. A little instant with Allison where Allison called for the ball and he just kind of sheltered it back to him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But absolutely brilliant, solid on the day. He never lets us down. Absolutely brilliant. Our number 4, Virgil Van Dijk, he's unbelievable. Up next, Costa Simicus coming in to replace Robbo, who was on the bench. Gave him a 7. Had a tough time at first coping him with IU, but pressed forward regularly and his corner deliveries like prompted 2 goals, really, you know what I mean? But again, no worries at all. Like if there was an issue with Robbo at all and Simicus comes in, no doubt he'll come in on Tuesday for the Norwich game. But he's grown into that role as well. And, I'm not too worried about cover down that position at all. Seems to have grown into it. Had a decent game, always battling, always in there looking for it and stuff like that. So really grown in. Our Greek scouts are in the team, doing very well so far. Gave him a 7. Fabinho, what can we say about this man? Spent a lot of the first half. It's kind of a weird game for Fabinho because we were so much better than Palace. So for him and that holding defensive role, so he probed a bit more forward than usual. But as the visitors pressed, he just breaks down everything. He's always in there for the tackle, breaking down any breaks around like that. But was absolutely brilliant and steady all match, as you'd expect from Fabinho. Does a lot of that work that people generally don't notice. I often refer to him as that kind of Brazilian Makelele there, where it's only after the fact when you go back and look at it, or if you're there in the actual stadium, you actually see what he delivers. Because a lot of the good stuff he does, we don't even see from a TV point of view. Absolutely outstanding player. Jordan Henderson, our captain, number 7. What can we say about him? Or sorry, not number 7. I gave him a ranking of 7. Forced a good save early on with a volley and brought energy to the side in midfield, but he was booked and subbed. But again, starting out great, having a great season so far. Notice a little difference in Jordan Henderson now. He has a huge appetite now to really push forward, and he's beginning to develop that eye for goal. Not scared anymore, or not being restrained, if you like, in terms of taking shots and stuff like that. I thought he was absolutely brilliant in that captain's role, always pushing the team forward, always talking to people, encouraging people, pushing it on all the time. Doesn't matter what the scoreline is, wants more and more and more. And I've noticed this in the midfield, that this is kind of a new kind of development that's unfolding here, where himself and Thiago and Naby Keita, and of course we didn't see much of this last year because of the problems we had with injuries, but this year we're seeing it now, where there's a different emphasis on the midfield to take some of the pressure off the front three. And I've noticed it with some of those players now chiming in for goals. We see Jordan get a goal, of course, Naby with that wonder strike and that Cantona-esque celebration was absolutely brilliant. And we've seen Fabinho get a goal as well. So the guys are starting to chime in now with the goals as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Thiago Alcantara, what can we say about this guy? Absolutely sublime. His passing, his range of vision, everything that is done, his bite in the tackle. He just has it all. He's so creative, and it's great to see where he just picks up the ball, looks up, and he's always looking to move the ball in a positive manner. Give him an 8 this time, unlucky with the injury, that caused the forced substitution. On came Naby Keita for him. Of course, we know Naby came on and had a real good game and actually got a belter of a goal. So not too harmed there. But we're hearing that it's a calf injury. We're not too sure that he's gone for scans at the moment. The reading is he'll probably miss about 2 games. But if we have Naby there, we should be okay, and then we can recycle out again when Thiago comes back and he's fit. Mo Salah. What do we say about Mo Salah? I mean, Mo Salah is just scout royalty at this stage. He's just unbelievable. Works tirelessly throughout the whole game, always tracking back, always pushing forward, always signaling, always wanting the ball. So hungry to put other players in, so hungry to grab his own goal. His all-round game is just unbelievable. And gets his goal, and he's just, just the happiness on him. I read there today that I think in his time at Liverpool, he's had 4 bookings, and 3 of them have been for removing his jersey. So, and long may it continue. He's just incredible as a player. Give him an 8, could probably give him more. Let's move on. Diogo Jota, off target with the header, which I thought was a golden opportunity. And that drive underneath the bar, basically, that he blasted into the stand. I mean, just side-footed into the corner. The keeper was all over the place. Didn't do a whole lot in the second half. I find with Diogo, he kind of can drift in and out of games a little bit. Whereas if you look at kind of Mane is always working tirelessly to get on the ball, even if he has to drop deep. Similar sometimes to what Bobby does. And you'll see it with Mo as well. Sometimes Mo will drop deep to pick up the ball to allow Trent or James Milner at the time for that kind of overlap and stuff like that. So they always want to be involved in the game. With Diogo, I find at times he just kind of drifts in and out of games a little bit. Didn't have an awful lot going on in the second half and was subbed in the 76th minute. Curtis Jones came on. And we'll get on to Curtis in a second. But I just think, you have to be clinical in front of the goalie. If you get opportunities like that, those opportunities so tight, you have to put them away. At that level, and I suppose we're being unfair. I give him a 6, but I suppose we're being unfair insofar as he has been outstanding for Liverpool and stuff like that. But I just think we set the bar and the expectation is so high. If you look at the front three between Mane and between Salah, that is the level of expectation, and that's who you're in around. So that's the level and the bar that is set. So when you get an opportunity like that, and I know Mane has been misfiring and stuff like that, but he works tirelessly to get in there all the time, you know what I mean? And so does Thiago at times. But I just thought in this game, he just drifted away a little bit in the second half and found himself kind of out of the game a little bit, if you like, hence the substitution. But no doubt, I mean, he'll come back, not a bother to him, you know. Sadio Mane, you know, dug out a great cross for Henderson, but struggled to shrug off close attentions of Palace defenders. You know, sometimes he got a little bit shackled and stuff like that. Pounced for the opener though, and grew in confidence second half. So like we know with Sadio Mane, it's all about confidence with him and stuff like that. He's an absolutely exceptional player. But he just needs that bit of confidence. He needs a goal, or he needs a good opportunity, or an assist or something like that. And then all of a sudden the real Sadio Mane comes alive. Give him a 7 in the game. I do see signs of him coming back to form. The only thing I'd say, as I always say, is don't overthink things, Sadio. Just get in there, do the business. You know, you have the skill and the talent to do it. Just make it happen, you know. Naby Keita, you know, the man comes on for Thiago on 62, forced substitution. You know, a little bit of defensive work had to be done and stuff like that. Again, he's so brilliant in his close control and stuff like that, and his step overs and the way he just tortures players at times with his dropping of the shoulder and step overs and stuff like that. But when that ball came back out to him and he just volleys it straight into the far corner, and the turn on him, like, it was just unbelievable, like an iconic kind of celebration, you know. The only thing he was missing was a collar, really, when you think about it, you know. But again, give him a 7. I mean, he got sort of 30 minutes or something like that, but in the 30 minutes he imposed himself on the game and definitely made a difference, you know. Curtis Jones came on for Jota in the 76th minute. Had one shot deflected, but of course a bright cameo. Always when Curtis comes on, you know what you're going to get. He's going to pick up the ball. He's going to run at the defense. He's going to try and open up, and he's going to take a few shots. And that's kind of what we want. Sometimes we need that direct play. At times we're sort of, you know, in danger of sort of tippy-tappy, too much kind of stuff. I think with Curtis, it's very direct in his way of playing. And I think he knows when to have a go. He knows when to feed the ball off. So it's great to see him getting back in there and getting minutes under his belt. And no doubt he'll feature heavily against Norwich on Tuesday, I would imagine. And the last one for Henderson on 88, Divock Origi comes on. Wasn't sure whether we were going to see him or not. Obviously, he went off in the AC Milan with a bit of cramp and stuff like that. But I'm getting a few minutes. And again, it's, you know, it's just him getting minutes under the belt and feeling a part of the team again and being involved in that. For so long, he's been kind of on the outskirts, hasn't really had a run on the team. And I think the more we do that with Divock Origi, I think, you know, the more it will stand to us in terms of him being a real option then off the bench, and really feeling a part of this squad, you know. So good to see him. I know he only got a few minutes, but good to see him getting some minutes under his belt. So absolutely exceptional. Let us know your comments. Let us know your ratings down in the comments of the video and stuff like that. Or if you'd like to contact the show, we're on Twitter at Sessions Shankly. You'll get us on Facebook and Instagram, the Upper Tier. And you'll find us on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, and of course on YouTube. Dynamo Podcast Network, the Upper Tier Shankly Sessions. This has been your player ratings. Liverpool 3, Crystal Palace 0. Keep this going, Red Men. Our season is only beginning.